What's up, everybody? Welcome to One Set.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome back to another episode of the One Set Podcast, where we talk WWE. We are following the latest stories, and we are predicting the future of where those stories are going. Little new branding here, so we're trying to fix in some new little gadgets. So
we're predicting the future.
Predicting the future, better than Star Wars and Back to the Future. Ever thought of it?
Just a couple Cleos over here.
So if you guys are here for the first time, my name is Anthony Irvin, and I'm here with my buddy Jim Green. What's going on, brother?
It is Memorial Day in the United States.
That it is.
We are celebrating Memorial Day. A big thank you to the servicemen and those who put up the ultimate sacrifice to provide us the freedom to live in the country that we do. That being said, by the time this actually not quite yet, Memorial Day was so early this year. I'm like, it's usually Memorial Day. Okay, it's June. And like, it's so early that it's like, even this Friday when this drops, it's still just the end of May.
It really messed me up this weekend because I'm so used to Memorial Day weekend being literally the last weekend in May. And I'm thinking this week is like the start of June. So like my whole, calendar in my mind is all messed up. So I'm thinking, this week I got to, get ready for, me and Jen's anniversary. I'm like, oh, wait, I got another week to prepare. So I'm like, good. So we...
good.
We got okay, good. Yeah. But we got our our dinner all planned out, so we got all that stuff going. So now I just got to do all the loose ends. So at least I got another week, so that's good.
It's like when Thanksgiving falls early, or it's when Thanksgiving falls late. When it falls, when November 1st is a Friday, then Thanksgiving is like the 28th, and then there's literally less than 4 weeks until Christmas. It's like everybody is like, there's not enough time. There's not enough time to do all the things. It's like
Rampage.
Rage bait. Yeah. So we had WWE Saturday Night's main event this past Saturday. We have the AAA show this Saturday. We have Clash in Italy on Sunday, which if you are on the East Coast, or in the Eastern Standard Time Zone watching, it is at 2 p.m. this Sunday. They're doing their whole European tour, and Monday Night Raw next week is airing at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be rolling about 10:30, I believe, next week.
We'll probably still be
do the same
here.
Time.
At the same time, because we got Jim's got school, I got work during the day, so we'll be watching during the day,
night.
but we'll still do our standard time for next week and give you guys all the scoop for the post reaction for all those. But tonight we will give you guys our final predictions. We made a couple predictions last weekend, but we will take those and give our final thoughts on those tonight. Give a little bit of what happened on Raw tonight and SmackDown. So,
how did you feel overall about Saturday Night Main Event on Saturday? I felt like it was just another episode of Raw or SmackDown. Like it didn't feel like anything super.
I was telling our buddy Steve in the One Set Fam chat that I always take Saturday Night Main Event as just another type of PLE where everything just it's just a pushover to get to the next event.
Yeah. Nothing crazy that really moved the needle for Saturday.
What's up, Gambino? WWE bad, AEW good. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up with AEW. I know they had Double or Nothing this past weekend. I mean, we are just coming off of the WrestleMania and Backlash, which, you know, everything was kind of a repeat. It seems like we're also getting a little bit of a repeat in this one. But Jim made a good, analogy that it seems like WWE is just making their own WrestleMania as Clash in Italy, because WrestleMania this year was so much TKO. So it kind of makes sense in a way, you know?
Yeah. We shall see. I think it's like on paper, WrestleMania looked like it was supposed to be really good, but like a lot of the convoluted storylines and the ads got in the way of the match lengths. And
Yeah.
so it's like if Clash in Italy turns out to be half decent, right? It'll be like, okay, then WWE really did their own show and told TKO, like, you get to stay home. Like,
Right.
We're going to run our own business here. Literally.
Literally.
Yeah. So let's talk Saturday night's main event real quick. The show opened. We had Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab going after Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. I felt so distracted by Charlotte Flair's outfit.
Oh my God. I mean,
it's just so
Jen was
bad,
saying the same thing. She was so pissed that she couldn't even focus on the match. She's like, Charlotte, literally, you cannot pick the right outfit because this is just ruining the whole match. And I'm like, well, she lost so much weight now that it's literally like, you know, she can't even wear anything. I probably shouldn't say that, but, you know, I don't think it was like probably the right outfit for her. The fact that, you know, everything was just slipping off. But
they have people backstage to help with the wardrobe, like make sure everything fits appropriately. Women did not just start wrestling, okay? Like this. And Charlotte, of all people, like I just don't understand why she's the one like with the gear that doesn't fit right. And like I'm not like, it has nothing to do with her being a woman. If it was a guy wearing clothes that didn't fit properly, I would be saying this same thing. I'd be like just so distracted by the gear just doesn't it ain't fitting. Get something that fits
exactly.
So that we can pay attention to the actual match happening.
I mean, it's crazy how many, you know, wardrobe malfunctions are really happening in the women's, you know, division right now. And I mean, I've been kind of saying this a little bit more, the fact that it seems almost it's just a regular thing that, you know, if one of the talents are not getting a lot of, you know, time, they're like, oh, well, let me, you know, do this. And then if we get a wardrobe malfunction, we at least get press and things about that. So at least my name gets out in the public. So it's another way to just keep getting their name in there instead of if they're not on TV or if they're, you know, just it's another way to just keep their names around the biz. But I think it's just happening way more than normal. And it just seems too like, okay, like you know you are a wrestler. If you wear that, something's either going to pop out or slip down. And again, you know, we're guys, it happens. But when it starts happening so much, you're like, all right, that's getting a little ridiculous now, you know?
Yeah. Overall, I thought that the way storyline wise working in, it looked like, you know, Rhea and Charlotte were basically on the same page by the end of the match, and
they became besties, which is nice.
Yeah. Alexa jumped up and did the like, yay, we're cohesive. It's happening. And then they got bamboozled, and then Jade Cargill got the pin on Rhea Ripley to set up their like. Okay, makes sense. Like that. It shouldn't have been, oh, look, Rhea Ripley pinned Jade Cargill at Saturday night's main event. Like there's no lore to the match next weekend or this weekend.
Exactly. I was going into it like saying that, you know, if they are going to eventually be putting the belt back on Jade, she needs to win this. And, you know, seems to me she's been doing better since not having the belt. And Rhea has had it. I think Jade's been doing a lot better with, you know, Michin and B-Fab kind of backing her up. And I mean, I'll take it to the fact that I think Jade, they were expecting Bianca to come back. They were expecting something to probably either happen with her or Naomi, but Naomi being, pregnant, and then Bianca Belair having her finger issue. They were just like, okay, well, we have nowhere else to throw at for Jade. And I don't think, well, yeah, Charlotte and Lexa were kind of in their thing, so you couldn't really throw Charlotte at Jade at that point. So they were kind of just on the back burner of like, okay, let's just wait and see what happens. They give it to Rhea, and they drop the title. They give Jade the B-Fab and Michin faction. So I think she's been doing a lot better since not having the belt. So I will definitely, give an early prediction on the fact that I'm still going to keep my same prediction for that, to say I would rather see Jade pick up this win this weekend for Clash in Italy against Rhea Ripley, instead of just seeing Rhea retain. Again, I wouldn't mind Rhea retaining, but my money would be on hopefully Jade, getting the title back and actually giving her a better run in this second run.
Yeah, I think it's ultimately just kind of like, what do you do? Like, what do you do with Rhea if she loses the title? Okay, like she's got Fatal Influence to worry about. Like, are they just gonna do like her versus JCJ in 1-on-1 kind of thing? Like with the title back on Jade, and you have Charlotte going after Jade, because obviously the seeds are planted for the Jade and Charlotte match, right? I still think we're getting that triple threat at SummerSlam, man. I still think we're going to get Rhea, Jade, and Charlotte in a triple threat match at SummerSlam. Everything seems to kind of be pointing in that direction. So it's like, okay, if you have Rhea retain, then what do you do? Like, do you just have Jade and Charlotte going after each other then? Or like, and then they just both fight? I also don't want to see them hot potato the title. I don't know. I thought, for what it's worth, if we're just talking Saturday Night Main Event specifically, I thought the layout of the match was fine. Trying to dismiss, Charlotte's outfit, I thought it served the purpose, and I thought it was a nice opener. I thought it was a decent opener for the card.
Yeah, I actually did like the match, to say the least. I'll agree. It was a good opener. I didn't expect it to open the show, but yeah, for what it was, I thought the match time was fine, and not to get too technical, but yeah.
We were both on the fence about it maybe closing the show, because it was like, okay, your one main champion on the card is in that match. Like, you have Rhea as the WWE Women's Champion in that match, and no other you don't have your men's World Heavyweight Champion or your men's WWE Champion on the card at all. So it's like, I think we both had that match pegged as maybe closing the show. We said, unless they're doing a big angle with the Vision, and then they will save that to close, and which they did, but there was no major angle. Like,
no.
All right,
I guess they're just saving it for this weekend, but just again, probably just giving something for Jade to kind of go into Clash in Italy, having some type of hype on her. But yeah, there wasn't really much than that, just them just picking up a win. But yeah.
So let's talk about the next match. And I feel like we're going to spend more time talking about the match than actually how long the match wound up being. Okay.
Absolutely.
We had Sol Ruca and Becky Lynch in what was initially not for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and then the next day was for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then we got to Saturday, and it's like, oh yeah, it's just a one-on-one match again. It's like,
right, like, yeah, never mind. No, we don't know what we're thinking.
Okay. I was like, because at first I was like, okay, non-title match, Sol Ruca needs to win here, right? the title went on the line, and it's like, are they really going to give it to Sol Ruca right away? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, to me, it felt like they were going to put them for the belt on the Clash in Italy card. And then they were like, oh, yeah, no, we're actually going to do this other match. We're going to pull that from Clash in Italy. So then we'll just make this Saturday the title match.
Mm-hmm.
And then something else fell through, and they're like, oh, okay. Change your plans again. And now we're getting it for the title match. I understand what they tried to do with the finish of this match. But damn it, if you're gonna do this soul snatch finisher, which like she's done in NXT over and over and over again,
mm-hmm.
and for whatever reason, I guess maybe the first almost botch to Becky Lynch, like, is in Sol Ruca's head now. Like, that's totally what it feels like, is she's just in her head about this thing now.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell me that they were like, whoever produced the match and was laying out that finish with Becky pulling Jessica Carr in to eat the soul snatch. Like, they had to have practiced that more than once, right? Like, how do you get onto the main show, and then that move, which has previously been an issue as recent as like 2 or 3 weeks ago,
mm-hmm.
and you're going on Saturday night's main event. Like, I don't know if her legs slipped. Like, I went back and tried to watch it again. It looked like her right foot slipped, and she wasn't able to get the full rotation. I was also like looking at where Jessica Carr and Becky Lynch were positioned, and I was like, it doesn't even look like Sol Ruca could even get the rotation around. Like,
yeah, it happened all really quick.
She didn't even have clearance for her legs. So I'm watching it back. I'm turning to Cheyenne, and I'm like, imagine if you were there in the crowd. You don't hear commentary trying to explain what's happening here. You are just lost and so totally confused by like what is even going on, because the soul snatch didn't connect. Jessica Carr just decides, I'm gonna lay down anyway. Like,
right.
I'm gonna lay down and pretend like I got hurt, and instead she's laying there, she's fidgeting with the mic. She's like, yo, Paul, what should I do here?
Yeah,
what do you want me to
just
do?
all really happened really quick, and I was even confused because before you knew it, the bell rung, and she was just calling for it, and I was like, what happened? You know, I just thought it looked like either Becky had pushed the ref into Sol Ruca, and that's what it was, or it was either, you know, Sol Ruca doing more of the damage than Becky really trying to get the ref to get in to the thing. But it all happened so quick, and I was more confused about it than just like, okay, that was just a quick match. It seemed either they kind of didn't do the end the way they either wanted it and kind of just played it off and just went along with it, or it was just what they wanted and it was just, okay, it just didn't really go over with the audience. It was just a very confusing type and plus the fact that it was very quick. The match itself, you know, like they just started and then the match ended.
Well, they were like kind of brawling beforehand, which I feel like was their way of trying to say like, okay, yeah, even despite the match going 2 minutes and 25 seconds, by the way, they had this like little pre-match, like they were tussling and stuff was happening, and then finally the bell rang, and it was just like, okay, the match was over in less than 2.5 minutes. Like, you have a 2-hour show, and they went a little bit past 10 p.m. because I was asking you like, oh, is this also on live TV or is this just on Peacock? And you're like, I think they did away with the CBS thing or the NBC thing.
Yeah, I think that was probably like sometime last year they got rid of NBC, because I think NBC, just like anything else, saying like, the numbers are not what we expected. We're just going to pull it.
Well, I think also, I think the Goldberg retirement match was the last time that they did it, because like that Gunther Goldberg match happened, and then there was like 3 minutes left, and then the show went off the air, and Goldberg was like, I didn't even get to speak.
Yeah.
I think it was after that they were like, all right, let's just do it on Peacock so that we don't have to worry about the 2-hour time limit. Like
That's true. Yeah.
They only have to manage SmackDown at this point with the time restriction, because everything else is on a streaming platform, and it's like they don't have to be done at a hard cutoff time for the next program that's contracted to start, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Then you're not limited to that 10 p.m. thing, because you were even saying for the main event, like, okay, they're definitely not going to be, taking this and doing a 6-minute match for the tag team match. So they obviously went over about 10, 15 minutes. And if that was, NBC, they wouldn't have even, had that full match, or they would have had to cut it short. So. Yeah,
Jesse the Body Ventura is definitely out. He was talking smack on.
He was talking that shit.
Yeah, he was. So, okay, we're getting the Intercontinental title match between Becky and Sol Ruca at Clash in Italy. Although, apparently now Sol Ruca is injured. We don't know what's happening. We knew Logan Paul and Sol Ruca came out of Saturday night's main event injured. Didn't know the severity of either injury. Raw starts tonight, and Michael Cole's like, Logan Paul has suffered a torn triceps injury. It's like, man, the vision is cursed. Like, just saying. Literally, Austin Theory is the final member that needs to get injured in order for it to be like, okay, the vision, everybody was just doomed from the get-go, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were kind of pulling writing Austin Theory off with his attacks tonight, just saying, okay, let's just get the vision off TV for the time being. But then, they're trying to get Seth and the Street Profits to finish this whole thing. If anything, at this point, it's better to put the Street Profits on that belt now, because Logan Paul's out. You might as well throw it on the Street Profits and, get Seth to beat Braun. They finally, get away with the vision, because, like you said, at this point, it's just nothing. Braun Breaker goes on his own, because he needs to start, doing his solo thing to get to the top where he needs to go.
Just keep Paul Heyman with Braun Breaker and call it a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think if you're gonna try to keep something, obviously it's just Braun and Theory at this point. Just give Braun turning on Theory, because obviously I think you can take it as Theory always wanted to kind of be that number one person in there, but Braun was never gonna let anybody. You can kind of take it as that, but we're going to get the Seth and Braun stuff before Braun and Theory kind of start really, throwing hands or anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just wrote Austin Theory off TV.
I wouldn't either. I definitely wouldn't either. And again, I'll repeat, I thought that's what they were kind of doing with Theory, just, going ham on anybody and everybody, with stating that, oh, he's just attacking anybody and whoever could have been involved in getting Logan Paul hurt last night. And that could have been like, okay, you're either suspended or, you're just going to have this, time off so that, you can have Braun be the main person. You get Braun and Seth and everything. But we're obviously just getting Braun and Theory with the tag team belts for the time being. But yeah, if they're going to throw the belts on the Street Profits, now's the best time. And you get that, and hopefully we'll talk a little about this, if not maybe later. Hopefully we get the comeback of Enzo and Cass, which is what has been the hot take around the news lately, that Enzo Amore has been around the WWE Performance Center all last week, and it seems like Big Cass's contract,
AEW contract is
coming
wrapping
up. So I'm stoked. I was a big Enzo and Cass fan back then, so I would be very stoked to see them come back. And with the tag team division being very, very weak at this point, having a big name like that come back would light that division up.
Yeah, as long as there's like a couple other teams that they can throw into the fold. It is very light, like you said, and almost to the point where it's like they need to just start putting people together to make tag teams, like they did with Charlotte and Alexa. They were like, okay, well, we're just gonna put you two together,
and like the Miz and Kit. So that little thing too. It's obviously just something they just put together, but again, that's just SmackDown.
But they work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the tag teams they are currently riding with in NXT, but they could start pushing people up from that too. But again, I can't really speak too much on the NXT factor. I haven't really watched to know the certain tag teams that are on right now.
So the big takeaway with NXT right now is the number of call-ups that they've done from NXT has left NXT a wasteland, and the freaking like the TV ratings have absolutely plummeted is what's happening. So
yeah, because now that you have like a lot of their big names, you have to make new faces. So that's kind of how it somewhat was when you had the push-ups from Sami Zayn, KO, Finn Balor, that whole era. They had to make new people in there. So it eventually it's that cycle. The biggest names in NXT, they're going to start piling up and going up to the main roster. Then that kind of cycles out a lot of your NXT support until you make new faces with NXT. So
yeah, you've got this big void to fill. So there are tag teams in NXT. I've seen them, but it's also kind of like, okay, you start pulling them up to fill out your tag team division, you're just leaving them with even less at that point. So it's like, who knows? We'll see. I am pulling for the Enzo and Cass stuff. Something to be said about, like, man, they were so hot and over.
Yeah.
When they were, Enzo and Cass, it's like, I feel like that was like 8-10 years ago at this point. So it's like,
yeah.
I mean, the fallout from that was like they wanted to push Big Cass as a single star, like as like because they were high on, like, Vince loved Cass because he was tall, and he was like, all right, we can make him into something. And then they sent Enzo off into the cruiserweight division and had him beat Neville for the cruiserweight title with a low blow after Neville held onto the cruiserweight title and made that title into something. And then they're like, let's have Enzo just low blow Neville and,
just call it a day.
That was the downfall of the cruiserweight division.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's been, like you said, it's been maybe about 7-8 years. And obviously at that point, Enzo had a lot of backstage heat with everybody. But from what I heard, again, you can't really be too accurate, but it seems like there's been a lot of mending relationships with Big Cass and Enzo on the backstage era. So,
well, it's like, oh, if CM Punk could do it, anyone can do it. Right?
Yeah. So I mean, time has passed enough where, let bygones be bygones, turn a new leaf, or turn the page, clean slate. So I think if they can work it out, they know that would be a big addition to their tag team division. So I'm all for it. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't officially know when Big Cass's contract is up, but hopefully, by midsummer, end of summer, we might get the Enzo and Cass, re-debut. But, We'll keep track of it, people.
It's kind of like if Enzo's at the Performance Center, it's kind of like, all right, he wants to be around the company and, be managing professional relationships there so that when Cass comes over, he's already laid the groundwork. But also, he's probably like, okay, let me get in the ring and like shake off this like rust a little bit so that when it is that time, we're ready to go.
Because he's been on the indies a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure, obviously it's different from the indies than when you're in the professional level. You got to get a different amount of cardio in and stuff, and doing a lot of those dates, you definitely have to be a lot more in shape than what you are in the indies, doing not as many dates. But if you're doing every week, you got to be back in some type of workable shape. Yeah.
I mean, he's just going to take the job more seriously compared to whatever bookings that he's had in the past 5 years, right? All right, let's move along with Saturday night's main event. We had Penta defending the Intercontinental Championship against Ethan Page. I thought the match was all right. I haven't seen Ethan Page a ton.
Same. I thought it was good. I won't say it was like spectacular, but there was a good amount of spots where I'm like, oh, that was good. This is good. But I thought they worked together really good.
It was very much fine. Like I was fine with it. Glad Penta picked up the win. Following up on that on Raw, we had Penta defending against Javon Evans. Match was stellar. Wasn't expecting it to just happen tonight, like just right away.
Yeah, I must have missed it because I saw the backstage segment with him and Penta. So obviously that was post. So I missed that match.
Literally right after the show opening with Heyman and Obafemi, we got this Penta and Javon Evans match right around 20 after 8, right in the beginning of the show. Okay. So Penta goes to raise Javon's hand at the end of the match, and Javon just not having it, like yanked his arm away, and I was like, Javon's frustrated. Okay, they're doing something. Somebody's not feeling so bouncy. He apologized backstage, and then and then Penta ran into Rey Mysterio. He was like, you should have an Intercontinental title match.
Yeah.
Ray's like, CCC, I don't know.
CCC. And then Ethan Page is like, hold up. Like, yeah. And then Rusev is like, crush.
Yeah, crush.
Yeah, crush.
And Ethan Page is like, Rusev, you see this? What's up with that?
What's up with that? Then Adam Pearce is like, you guys should have a match. That sounds good. Make it official.
Make it official. Number 1 contendership. And then Ray beat Rusev. LOL. We're getting Ray versus Penta anyway.
Yeah, it seems like they're definitely setting up for that 4-way match for the Intercontinental like you were predicting. So I could definitely obviously see them putting that in the realms for SummerSlam. The Penta, you'll get Penta, Rusev, Ethan Page, and Javon. So we'll get the 4 of them. That'll be another stellar.
Yeah. After that, we had Paige and Brie Bella, currently being called Scream Mode. And every time they say Scream Mode, I can't help but to think of her.
Yeah.
Wah.
Every time I do that.
You've been, dude, all the way back to when I used to come over to your apartment and watch Raw on Monday nights. We would just be like, like, dude. Dude, that was.
I want to acknowledge somebody on the chat. Isaiah says, "Will Zilla Fatu make debut in Clash in Italy?" We will be talking about that tonight. So we Jim had a good thing about that. So we'll definitely get a little bit of talking about that in a few.
Yeah, once we get through this Saturday night main event card, and we'll breeze through Raw because there wasn't a tremendous amount to cover there.
Right.
We're gonna get into our Clash predictions in just a little bit here. Scream Mode against the Irresistible Forces. I mean, Scream Mode squeaked out a win, and like they were piping them up to be underdogs. Like Brie was like, "We know we're the underdogs. We're here to fight tooth and nail." And Paige, I'm so grateful that you filled in for Nikki, and I'm just like,
just get to the match.
just bring Nikki Bella back and have her just.
We got to start getting our Italian on this week. Like, just get to the match.
Hey, come on.
Come on.
Gabagoo.
I'm going to start watching Sopranos all week.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I did like Lash Legends Toad Splash off the second rope. That was pretty sweet.
Right.
I was honestly half.
I was kind of tuned out with this one. I like I was saying last week that this was the match. I was like, yeah, I can care less who wins this one. I mean, I love Paige, the Bella Twins. I'm like, whatever. Let's just get me to when Nikki comes back and turns on Paige, and it's been the Bella Twins from day one, and then we get a Paige versus Nikki match, and Nikki probably breaks her neck again and retires.
Cool. Happy for them.
Yeah.
Just very like, all right, y'all do your thing. Like, happy for you, but
Brie does a yes kick because that's the only thing that she can do is just feed off Daniel Bryan at this point. So,
yawn. Okay.
Anywho,
we had Logan Paul and Austin Theory defend against the Profits. I thought it was a stellar match. Obviously, we're pulling for the Profits here, but we both knew that there was just with Seth in the mix. We're like they gotta feed that storyline a little bit more. Was curious at the end of Saturday Night Main Event, they had Braun Baker run back to the ring, and you and I were texting like, okay, here comes Seth. Okay, no Seth. Oh, LOL, that's cool. No Seth. Yeah. And I was like, I'm glad that Seth was just able to. He'll be able on Monday, which he did tonight. Say, see, you guys need me. You need my help. And then we got this one-on-one match between Seth and Montez Ford. And as someone that likes both of these guys, I was like, okay, this will be cool, but like,
very hard to root for which one.
The crowd just didn't even know how to handle it because they were like, all right, well, we're supposed to like both of you guys, so we don't know who to root for or be against. Good match. I thought the chemistry was like a little bit weird, and I think it was because like I feel like because they both didn't know how to feed off the crowd or work the match against each other, that they were just like, we don't know from like an in-ring psychology perspective like how to sell this match all around. Like,
right.
Neither one of them was overly aggressive. So we had Seth pick up the win here, and then Theory came out and threw Angelo Dawkins down and went to hit him with like a concerto of sorts with like the camera angle was
they just messed up that camera angle.
Camera angle was like, hey, look, I smacked the arena wall
right
all the way over in section 115, row 24 is where I hit the chair, like all the way against the wall.
We will hear all the wrestling's fake people saying like, you know what? Yeah, he doesn't even hit him in the head. We know.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say earlier in the night, the Joe Hendry chair shots. Oh, like the one
the one by the turnbuckle, that was rough.
I was like, oh, okay. Like the way they shot that one was so good that they were like, it don't matter if we super botch the next one.
Right. We got the shot tonight. Just don't even worry about the next one. Or the other camera guy's like, oh, that sounded good. Let me do this one. And it totally botches it. Like, okay, well, yeah, that's not the one we want.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was like, oh, okay, Austin Theory versus Joe Hendry. Like, I feel like I could get behind that feud. Like,
yeah.
But we know that they were trying to feed Joe Hendry to Logan Paul because people can't stand Logan Paul. And they're like, okay, how do we get Joe Hendry over as fast as possible put him against that guy.
Absolutely.
The thing with Austin Theory is people watch him in the ring and they're like, "Yeah, okay, this guy's good. Like this guy's good in the ring." So it's like hard to really hate on him. I don't know. Match all around, I thought was good. The right people won the match. Street Profits, they are going to get theirs, especially with Logan Paul out of the equation. Because now all you need is Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Braun Breaker, and you have Seth Rollins take out Braun Breaker, and then the Profits just have Theory left, and boom, give the Profits the belts, and
Yep.
write Austin Theory out, and then you just have Paul Heyman with Braun Breaker going forward.
Yep. Easy money.
Cool. Easy money. Other noteworthy takeaways from Raw, they did a backstage pre-taped Brock Lesnar bit, and he was basically like, "Oh, but you really beat my ass. I can take an ass beating, but can you?" And it's like, okay. And then Obafemi gets in Paul Heyman's face, and he's like, "The first match at WrestleMania was for me to beat Brock, and now I'm going to kill Brock." And I'm like, I like how these guys can just go around saying they're going to kill each other, and it's fine. This is a family friendly show. It's fine.
I did like the line, but it's like, yeah, if you're talking like family, friendly wrestling, it's like, yeah, we're kind of, drawing the line where it comes to our language. But yeah, I mean, I thought that kind of set that up to be like, okay, well, the first time I was kind of playing around because I wanted to see if I could beat you. Now I'm really going to lay it into you and I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a brawl.
Yeah. It better be. I'm stoked for it.
I mean, like we said last week, this Clash in Italy thing is pretty stacked when it comes to the card. So,
I don't have really any other major takeaways from Raw. I mean, I missed the Judgment Day segment. Like, I don't know what happened there.
There wasn't really much, just much of the match, and then Bayley and Lyra, they took the win. I can kind of see eventually that going to maybe Bayley getting the title opportunity against Liv Morgan, maybe. Mm-hmm. Maybe that might be something, because, they've been trying to fit Bayley into something. So maybe we could get Liv and Bayley going at it eventually, which I won't be mad about. But other than that, it's kind of just been a coastal thing with that. We could talk before we get into our Clash predictions before we get out of here. The last segment from Raw, obviously, was a very short one with Roman and Fatu. Basically, a 1-2 punch of saying that if Roman saying, obviously, we're taking this serious. Obviously, if you beat me, you're the new tribal chief. If I win, you have to, be pretty much my slave to me, and you got to acknowledge me, and you are a slave to me. So, again, this leads to, our thing that we were talking about, and Isaiah's comment. How is if Jacob Fatu is going to beat Roman this weekend, will he do it with a clean win, or will we get the debut of Zilla Fatu? What are your based off of how you feel from that segment and maybe leading into what do you think are the chances of that? Because you were the one that kind of predicted that last week. What are your thoughts on that leading into it now?
I mean, I like it. I like the idea of it. I think it makes a whole lot of sense. I feel strange in that I feel like nobody wants to see Roman win and it just be like, okay, Jacob, you serve me now. Like, we've seen this. Like, it's just more of the same at that point. Like, so I feel like Jacob actually getting the win, it makes for compelling TV. And then it's like, okay, is Roman going to fight for his way to get that title back off of Jacob? just an interesting way to get Roman on the chase for the title. I mean, I know he just like he won the Rumble and then he was on the chase for CM Punk, but he's clearly went out of his way to make it feel like Jacob is a force to be reckoned with. And he told Adam Pearce backstage tonight, he's like, I mean, if Jacob, like basically saying, if Jacob wins, everybody's screwed. Like, like good luck. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I mean, for this to go a second round, it's obviously showing, Roman believes something in Jacob Fatu, because, we wouldn't be getting a lot of like rematches, and the fact that Roman was the champion for, 3 to 4 years, we're not getting that again. So it's either he's going to be dropping this or keeping it all through the summer, or he drops it and we have him on the chase until SummerSlam and he regains the title again. I mean, if we do get Zilla Fatu and Jacob, and if they want to start making something out of this, bloodline thing, to just, no pun intended, to put some new blood into this thing, because obviously with Solo and the MFTs, which have kind of just blew up and everything, I don't even know where Solo fits into this anymore. So you can drag this out with, Jacob Fatu and Roman's side. You can get the War Games leading into the fall. So this can really, expand out into new territory with the bloodline if you really want to go that far. So I think there's more potential and you can go and pave more ground if you get Jacob winning and he kind of becomes, that new heelish way. Instead of being like a babyface win, he can, take Zilla Fatu with him and they become that like almost like a tweener, but maybe more on the heelish side. And they, go through the summer just, knocking people off. So because obviously Roman, thinking that he has the Usos, you can get Zilla Fatu and Jacob facing Usos here and there. Maybe Solo comes back in and goes back with the Usos, so that's like you go back to the OG stuff and the new. So I think there's a lot more things going into it.
Yeah, I mean, you do have this LA Knight stuff going on in the background.
That too. So he's still, kind of in the mix of it too. So you can get a lot of things out of it.
It was curious that they had LA Knight come out to the ring tonight and basically trash talk Roman Reigns, even though he's not really in the title picture right now. So it's like, all right, are they just laying groundwork to give us this LA Knight versus like Jey Uso feud? Like that's what it feels like. LA Knight did declare for the King of the Ring tournament. He said, which is starting next Monday. That was like why he was out there. Okay, that's fine.
That was his main thing, yeah. Which cool. I mean, get him in something.
Other than that, if I just like, because you're talking about the Bloodline Rules match, for them to have done Roman versus Jacob Fatu as just a singles match at Backlash, and now we're getting it with Tribal Combat, I'm like, it could be a way to get the belt off of Roman where it's like, okay, this is a no disqualification match. Anything goes.
Yep.
So because of that, it doesn't really hurt Roman Reigns to lose the title, like per se.
I don't think so either.
If anything, it really just will help make Jacob Fatu in a way. Of course, it will depend on what he does once he has the title, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that, I feel like they don't really do. Okay, yeah, they just did the Drew McIntyre, held the belt for like 2 months kind of thing, but that wasn't his first title reign. Like, obviously, they're talking about doing Roman Reigns versus Obafemi. And that, like, they might have totally pivoted away from all of that, like, at this point. It does depend. I mean, Gambino, I see you said, like, The Rock's going to help Jacob. I can't see The Rock going to Paris, France to do that. Like I would definitely say Zilla Fatu gets in there and helps, and then like let's say Roman Reigns challenges Jacob Fatu at SummerSlam for the title. You could have The Rock get involved at SummerSlam because it's SummerSlam and it's right there.
A bigger show, but yeah,
it's in the U.S.
And then if you want to get the Roman Rock situation, you get The Rock seeming like he's going to help Roman, turns on Roman, gives Jacob Fatu the help, and then you eventually lead into the Roman Rock stuff for next year in Saudi Arabia.
Yep. Yeah. All in all, are we predicting the Clash? Why do I keep saying Clash Chard? the Clash card. Are we going to predict that at this point? I feel we got through Raw. I mean,
yeah.
It was interesting. Roman signed the contract. He's like, all right, Jacob can't touch me until Italy. And then it was almost a very cordial conversation. I was like, this is like kind of strange. They're not ripping each other's heads off.
They can't touch each other, but they touched each other's foreheads. That doesn't count.
I was like, just kiss already.
Just kiss already.
Just kiss already. Like, your family. Like, it's not weird. Just kiss. It's fine. So, all right, let's predict the Clash card.
Yeah, let's do this. So, and, since we have a few people in the chat with us, thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. If you guys are here for the first time, say one more time for you guys. My name is Anthony. I'm here with my buddy Jim Green. We are the One Set Podcast. And, make sure you guys are leaving your stuff in the comments like we've been seeing. Thank you to everybody who's been chilling and hanging out with us. So we're going to get to our Clash predictions. Let us know your predictions in the comments. We want to know what you guys are thinking too. So, I don't even think we have an idea. Let me pull up what you sent me. We have the Clash. So, thinking of the order, what out of these, what do you think opens the show? Do you think we get Obafemi and Brock Lesnar opening the show?
I mean, it is the ESPN thing again.
They did have it on ESPN last time, so I mean, you can do that again. So, if you want to get eyes on the product again, put Oba and Brock and just leading that right off.
First hour on ESPN, it's like, are they going to give us 2 matches, or is it just going to be 1 match?
Yeah. I mean, they always try to do 2, and it just really depends on how long that first match goes. And then, they try to just fit that second one in, depending on how Sol Ruka is. If she's going to compete, you do another quick one, and, she just loses again. Because if she's actually injured,
honestly,
no point in her actually, taking it. So she might, just get another loss there. But, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want to just, have it to just have her lose.
They are going to save Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka to open up the second hour on the ESPN app. Because they did the Danhausen tag match at Backlash at the top of the second hour. And it's like, okay, you just came off of these 2 heater matches in the first hour that was free on ESPN to try to draw people to the app, and then they opened up the app and they got this match. So I definitely feel like that Becky Lynch and her Continental title match is going to open up the second hour once it moves off of TV. So yeah, I would not be surprised if we got this Obafemi and Brock Lesnar match on ESPN for free, and it was longer, and it was like, oh, we're creating all this buzz in the first hour to get people to sign up for the app. Like, that's definitely how it feels like it's going.
Gambino saying that Cody and Gunther is the opener. They ran a promo on Raw that he believes. I didn't see it, but again, wouldn't mind it. If that is the opener, Gunther would. I would like to think they're just going to put Gunther over with that. And that's where it worries me with the Roman and the Jacob situation. Because if Gunther's winning, it's going to be hard to see that Roman drops his belt too. If both the main titles drop in Clash of Italy, that's going to be nuts. So it's like either one or the other. It's kind of hard to predict that both those belts go.
Yeah. If I really had to bet on it, like if I'm making actual predictions here, which we're supposed to, that's how we right.
I was like, that's our job, Jim. Like,
we predict the future, everybody.
we predict the future.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I will be. I want to say I'll be entirely shocked if Cody Rhodes beats Gunther and Jacob Fatu beats Roman Reigns. Like, that just seems like it seems too crazy to me. Gunther beating Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns retaining, it makes sense to me.
Seems more sensible for sure. I mean, unless they're just pulling an audible and being like, hey, first time in Italy, got a stack card, we need to give these people a show. You drop both those titles. But again, I wouldn't be, as a betting man, I would not be betting on both those titles going. I got to say the same thing. Gunther and Roman coming out as champions. If I would say, if we get Zilla Fatu, Jacob's obviously going to win. If there's no Zilla Fatu, Roman's winning.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Zilla's going to wind up siding with Jacob. To which point,
because we'll have the Usos helping out Roman, unless you have another audible where, Jay has a crazy outlook and, turns on Roman to help Jacob Fatu, and you get Jay and Jacob Fatu siding, that would, boost Jay back up, because he's kind of been, in and out of the public eye with everything. So, he could do something like that. It doesn't seem too predictable with that, but kind of just fantasy booking on that type of aspect. Yeah, I would just say, if that's the case, Gunther and Cody are opening, I'll be pretty honest to say that Gunther's going to win that. If that is the true opener, Gunther's going to take that. Whew. I want I want Fatu to win so bad at this point, because, like I said last week, it's hard to
bet against Roman Reigns. Yeah,
hard to bet against Roman Reigns, for one, and hard to bet against the guy who wanted to make the match, but then he's going to lose the match that he wanted. It's probably not the first time somebody's had that situation, but knowing that it's the second bout that these two have had, to get Jacob to get his one up on Roman, it's hard, but I don't think both those titles are going to change.
So Cody Rhodes was not supposed to win the WWE title at WrestleMania, right? Like, that was supposed to be Randy Orton winning.
That was the, speculation. Yeah, that Randy
right.
was supposed to win, but then I guess either in that match or leading into it, he's been having some back pain or other excess injuries, so that's why he's been out. So
I also can see Randy Orton costing Cody Rhodes, and then we just get Cody versus Randy without the title. But, Randy Orton was chasing number 15, so it's like, Randy Orton definitely wants number 15, so,
and supposedly from his X account, he was kind of confirming that, I'm just kind of somewhat taking the summer off to, heal up before I go chasing back that 15. So he's still looking to get that belt. So whether it's going to be on Cody or whether it's going to be on Gunther or
Yeah,
whether it's going to be somewhere else.
Or they asked him to take a 50% pay cut, and he's like, I'm going home. Screw you
Right,
guys.
that too. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
All right. Let me think about this.
Here's another thing. If we're going into the Rhea and Jade match, this is another thing. Because if Jade is winning this, there's definitely no way all three of those belts are changing. Because you would be having the Intercontinental Championship match. All these are championship matches except the Oba and Brock match.
All right. I'm just gonna make the prediction one, like if Sol Ruka is hurt, I'm just gonna say Becky Lynch is retaining her Intercontinental. It feels
fair.
It feels like everything is in motion for Sol Ruka to get this title, but I feel like with the botches, they're gonna be like, this is insane. She's not ready yet. And by all means, I'm just gonna say let Becky Lynch keep it and build the feud. Let it go to SummerSlam. I don't know. Like,
I agree. I know I was saying last week, Sola could probably get this, but I still think, based off the current stipulation with how she's either injured or how injured she is, they can just be pulling an audible. Becky retains, lets Sola heal up, gets another match at SummerSlam. That's her moment, which was still kind of the way I was talking about it. The fact that let Becky get this win from the Saturday Night Main Event, that gives Sola another way to be like, okay, we really want her to win, so the next match she gets it. But obviously, with this coming weekend, if she's going into it injured, how injured is she? And if she's not really that bad, then maybe give her the win. But if she's not able to work after this match, Becky retains. So my money's more on the same thing as you. Becky retains for this one, and then we can either get that rematch later down the line when Sol Ruka is 100%.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take Becky Lynch retaining. You're going to take Jade Cargill winning.
I'm going to take Jade.
I'm going to take Rhea Ripley retaining. I feel like I like Jade without the belt way better than I like her with the belt. I think the company...
I will agree with that.
I think they like her without it. And I don't know... I don't know if they want Rhea, having just moved over to SmackDown, to be without the title so soon. So I'm going to go with Rhea for now, and we can go Splitsville on that one.
I did hear, they were trying to say that the company is really investing in Roman and Cody and Rhea right now, that they want them to be the sole faces of the company right now. So if that is true, I wouldn't be surprised if, all three of them pull it out. But, I'll still keep my, bid on the fact that, I do agree Jade seems to be better without the belt, but I think this might be a better situation for her now that she has B-Fab and Meechin with her. They can go a long way with it. So give her the belt throughout the summer. Let Rhea and Jade feud throughout the summer. Maybe Rhea gets it back at SummerSlam or something. Or we get the triple threat situation with Charlotte and let that be. That would be an ultimate match. Give us that triple threat at SummerSlam.
I don't see how that match doesn't happen at SummerSlam. Like, the writing's kind of on the wall.
So, yeah, we'll do 50-50 on the Rhea and Jade. So you'll take Rhea, I'll take Jade.
Yep. Let's do Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar. I think here we have to decide, is it the obvious and Brock Lesnar's going to get the win so that the final match at SummerSlam is the rubber match to be the tiebreaker? Or is it Obafemi is going to have 2 wins against Brock Lesnar, and then Brock says, you are facing me at SummerSlam, and if I don't beat you, I will retire for good. Like 100%. Right. You will never see me in WWE again. And then Obafemi just does a full sweep of Brock Lesnar. Like, I gotta say,
go ahead.
It will serve that. It will better serve them to have Obafemi lose this next match, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have to show that Obafemi can take a loss.
Yes.
Because otherwise it's like this guy has to just win out entirely. I mean,
because if you beat Brock Lesnar, you cannot lose to anybody underneath him. So if anything, losing to Brock Lesnar, you would think, oh well, it's going to hurt him. Not necessarily, because if you're going to,
he got that win at WrestleMania, like that.
Yeah. If anything, it, like you just said, it's going to help the audience chase him into that third and final Brock Lesnar match at SummerSlam, saying that, this is the all-be-all third one. You got one, I got one. This is my, hometown last match. If you beat me this time, I am done for good. And again, this will be the true passing of the torch for Oba. I think that would be something that I don't think he will lose any momentum losing to Brock. I think it'll just, and not just copying what you said, but yeah, it's like he has to know that he can lose a match, but it's the comeback and how he comes back from that will be the interesting way of how they build him coming back into that third match.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'll agree. Let's give Brock the win here to give him some momentum, to just remind people that, you're messing with the beast, Brock Lesnar, that, he may get pushed down one time, but he's always going to come back 1,000 times stronger. So,
yeah. Okay. There has to be some big shock value here in the show. Like it's hard to pick Gunther losing because he retired these guys, right? Like,
yes.
I'm like, how do we get that match to go to a no contest? Like, even if that does happen, it doesn't make picking the winner for Jacob and Roman any easier.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to go with Jacob Fatu, right?
I'm still at like a 50-50, man.
It's so bad.
It's so hard.
Yeah. This is a tough one.
I'm gonna go on. I'm just gonna stick with Fatu. I'm gonna say that it's hard to pick. It's definitely hard to pick against Roman Reigns, but I can't see Fatu pulling something out of him to, not even just the Zilla Fatu stuff, but I can't see them, bring this guy so much into it and then just having him lose a second time. Like building it up. He loses the first one, and they're like, okay, now we got to up the ante for this one, and then mark it, push him. But then he loses again. It's like, okay, I mean, it's not like the Oba situation where, like, okay, if he loses, it's not really going to be too much because his come up is going to be like, okay, let's get this guy because we really won the win. I feel if Jacob loses this again, this will be his last time. This will be he won't get another shot. Because if you're going tribal combat, where do you go from there? So he has to go all out, and he has to beat Roman on this one.
Yeah. So if Jacob wins, Michael Cole is going to come out on Raw and say Roman Reigns was our undisputed Universal WWE Champion for 1,316 days. Roman Reigns held the World Heavyweight Championship for 42 days. And Jacob Fatu beat Roman Reigns. That's the way to make a new star in that, okay.
Yep.
Because Brock Lesnar is basically like, okay, well, I just made Obafemi. And he's looking at Roman Reigns and like, Roman Reigns, you didn't just make CM Punk. What new stars are you making?
Yep.
You didn't make Cody Rhodes into a star. Cody Rhodes was already...
He was already.
Roman Reigns, what stars are you making? Who are you putting over? Who are you doing the job for to help the future generations?
Yep. Like I said, he's already held the title or a title for 3-4 years. He has nothing else to prove that not that he has to prove that he can hold a title. He can drop this and he will still look strong, and he can still be strong chasing Jacob back over the summer into the fall, whatever you want to do. That's why, it's still hard to predict, but I gotta say Jacob gets this somehow, some way. Only way he loses is one, if he doesn't have any extra help, or I don't think Jacob's not going to win clean. I can bet that for sure. He's not going to win it clean. He's going to have some type of
rules. It is anything goes.
So yeah, it just won't. I mean, yeah, it'll be a no disqualification, but he's not going to win without some type of help. That
is why we got the no interruption, no shenanigans business at Backlash, and it was actually really nice to see just Roman versus Jacob one-on-one. Yep. So now it's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Jacob.
I will go with Jacob Fatu. I was like, maybe I'll just say Roman just because like hard to bet against, and like I don't know, it does feel very 50-50 right now. Like it could go either way. And I mean, Jacob Fatu's been like my favorite new guy. Like in the last year, I have his Samoan Werewolf hoodie. Like I had that before. I think he's like the only like actual like wrestler that I have gear for. I got Cheyenne Penta stuff that I wear, but like she got me the Fatu Samoan. Like I got to go with my guy Fatu.
Yeah, man.
Because like if this isn't like, it's like people that bet the Eagles will win, even though it's like, why are you betting on the Eagles? He's like, and I'm talking about one of my good friends that's a diehard Eagles fan. And he's like, yeah, I always bet on the Eagles. Like, ride or die, baby. I'm like,
yeah.
You're betting on them against like the best team in football right now. Like, what are you doing?
Pretty much, yeah.
So in this case, like, why not? I'm just gonna bet on Jacob, because like I would hate myself for just being like, I'm betting on Roman because that's the safe bet, and then Jacob actually wins, and I'll be like, I didn't just stick up for my guy. Like, I'll go Jacob Fatu.
Yeah. So let's review and lock in our predictions. Okay. So we have, we'll go down from the list. So Oba and Brock, we both have Brock. Becky and Sol Ruka, we have Becky retaining.
Yep.
Rhea and Jade, we were both 50-50. I'll take Jade, you take Rhea.
Yep.
Cody and Gunther, I think we both had Gunther.
I didn't actually confirm a pick for that. I'm going to say Gunther just because of him retiring people. And,
yeah.
Cody wasn't supposed to walk out of Mania with the belt anyway. So it's like, might as well just take it off of him.
Yeah. I don't see it. I don't see anything else happening but Gunther winning that match. So,
yeah. The only other thing I will say is possible for like the Roman and Jacob Fatu matches, you could just have Drew McIntyre return and take out Jacob Fatu.
that would be wild. Yeah.
I mean, I did see that they were scheduled to have a match at a house show on like June 1st or something like that.
That would be wild. Yeah. I'm still going with Jacob.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes. I'm just going to say Gunther wins.
Same.
LOL, just change both of the big titles hands
Yeah.
at this Italy show and turn the place upside down for a couple months. Why not?
Even though I was saying that there's no way that those 3 titles are changing, I still have all 3 titles being changed, but what the hell?
That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why I was like, just let Rhea retain, because those other 2 could change.
Right.
If they do change, that is a very WrestleMania thing to do. Because I mean, the last time that like all of the titles changed hands at WrestleMania was what?
This will be probably one of the biggest PLEs of the year if all 3 of those change. For sure.
Yeah, and not to mention they have Night of Champions right around the corner. Like,
yeah. So this will be wild this weekend. We didn't even mention. I know we're running a little over time here, but I know we didn't even really mention the mask versus mask match.
So you want to talk about Ludwig Kaiser getting arrested?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were canceling the match, but it looks like they're still promoting it, so it looks like it's still going on.
It's all gravy.
It's all gravy, all gravy.
It's all fine.
Sí.
Muy bien.
Muy bien. Yeah, I would say not getting into full length about it. I heard there was some things saying that, Chad Gable was returning. So if that is true, I mean, I think we were more both leaning towards the fact that Ludwig Kaiser has more potential to, stick with the character because, Chad Gable can return and still go back to Alpha. And because it looks like, Maxine Dupree is going to, have something to move over to the Vision or something because, her and Austin Theory caught eyes tonight, and we've been seeing little backstage things with them. So you could get, obviously, Chad Gable returning and reigniting with Alpha Academy, doing that whole shtick, and you get Ludwig Kaiser staying as the Americano because, again, if Ludwig Kaiser is not Americano, what else is there for him? Nothing. So give me Ludwig Kaiser, a.k.a. Americano, with the win.
Yeah. The original El Grande Americano will be unmasked and will be Chad Gable. And we'll have Chad Gable next Monday on Raw. And let's get an American Made back together again. So
yeah.
That being said, Anth, let's wrap this up. Let's get out of here.
Let's wrap this up, baby. It sounded like Dusty Rose there. Let's wrap this up, baby. Guys, one more time, thank you all for being here. We are the One Set Podcast. My name is Anthony Irvin, and my co-host Jim. Make sure you guys are hitting us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and right here on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you can be with us every Monday after Raw, talking up about WWE. And we like to also, obviously follow the latest stories and, like we've said, predict the future. So, Jim, let everybody know where they can hang out with us outside of our episodes.
That's the Facebook group One Set Fam. Again, that's the number One Set Fam on Facebook. Come hang out with us. It is our community interaction page.
Shouts out to all our One Set Fam.
That's right. Until next time, I love you, brother. To everybody who tuned in, all the love to you. This has been One Set.